graph the plane curve defined by the parametric equation. X is equal minus sine t, y is minus cosine t, and t is in the closed interval from 0 to 2 pi. So first let me find the values of the x. Let me evaluate x. So here is this one here. So let me write t here and x. Same thing I'm taking here for the y. Let me say t, and here is a y. So let's take this from the interval t from 0 to 2 pi. So let me take a 0. If I'm taking 0 here, and if I'm plugging t in a sine to find the x, sine of the 0 is 0. Okay? Now, if t is a 0, and I'm trying to find out the y, I'm plugging here. Cosine 0. Cosine 0 is 1, but here is a minus. Is going to be minus 1. Now I'm going to take a 4 pi over 2. 4 pi over 2. And sine pi over 2 is 1, but because I have minus 1 here is a minus 1. And cosine pi over 2 is a 0. Doesn't matter what is the sign. So let me write here pi over 2. This is a 0. So now let me take up to pi. Okay, so in the pi, sine pi is a 0. Doesn't matter it's negative or positive. It's going to be 0. Now here is a pi. And if I'm plugging a cosine pi is minus 1 times this minus here is a positive 1. Okay, so now I'm going with a 3 pi over 2. So I am looking to take here 4 points, 4 or 5 points. Pi over 2, 3 pi over 2. Okay? If I'm plugging 3 pi over 2 here is going to be minus 1. So the sign of 3 pi over 2 is minus 1, but it's negative here, so it's going to be positive 1. And now if I'm going with the cosine 3 pi over 2 is a 0. And in 2 pi, so I am repeating this, going to repeat more this point. In a 2 pi, sine is going to be 0. Okay, and 2 pi here, cosine is going to be 1, but here is a minus 1. So those are enough points, I think, to graph this equation. So now let's take this point here as 0. So if t is a 0, x is a 0, y is minus 1. So x is a 0 and y minus 1 is at this point. So this point here is t is a 0. X is a 0 and y is minus 1. So this point. So let me write this is a y and this is a x coordinate. And now I'm going to the second point. Let's say here is x is a minus 1 and y is a 0, 2 pi over 2. Minus 1 and 0, let's say, is here somewhere. Okay, minus 1 and 0. But do not forget, this was a pi over 2. T was pi over 2, the parameter t. And now I'm going to the pi. X is 0, y is 1. 0 and 1 is here. So this is 0 and 1, but the parameter t was pi. Okay, so this point. And now I'm going to 3 pi over 2. 3 pi over 2, x is 1 and 0. 1 and 0 is here somewhere. Okay, so this is let me write 1 and 0. But this is the t, parameter 3 is 3 pi over 2. Okay, so here is somewhere. And now if I'm going in a 2 pi is a 0, and 2 pi is, x is 0, y is minus 1. 0 minus 1, so here is 2 pi. So I'm not rewriting 2 times. So here, at this same point. Okay? At the same point, 0 and 2 pi, they are repeating those points. And now if I want here to connect those dots, if I'm connecting, so this is going to be something like this. This is going to connect in this point here, and this point here is going to connect to this point here, and this connect to this point here. So we already got a circle. So the curve describes the circle if it's given by those trigonometric function in in fact x and y trigonometric with a trigonometric function, but in the form of the written in the form of parametric equations described with circle.